There comes a moment in every life, a quiet, uncomfortable, unavoidable moment. It's when the noise finally fades, the excuses all run out, and you're left completely alone with the truth. Not the curated truth people post online. Not the edited truth people applaud, the real one. And if you're sitting there waiting for someone to rescue you, stop. No one is coming. There's no perfect moment waiting for you, no second chances handed out for free, no miracle timing that will solve all your problems. This is the part of the story where you either rise or you stay exactly where you are. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government, not luck, not some vague idea of someday. And at first, that truth feels incredibly cruel. It feels unfair. It feels like abandonment. But if you can just sit with it long enough, you'll start to realize it's not a sentence. It's a key. Marcus learned this hard truth at 4:47 in the morning. He was sitting on the edge of his bed, already fully dressed, just staring at a phone that hadn't buzzed in weeks. There were no callbacks, no second chances, no miracle messages, just silence. He had done everything he was told was right. He went to school, he took the advice, he played it safe, and he waited his turn. And still, here he was, tired, underpaid, overthinking everything and watching other people live the life he thought would eventually just come to him. Like most of us, Marcus told himself stories to get by. Something will change. Someone will notice my hard work. This isn't how my story ends. But deep down, he knew the truth. Nothing changes unless you do. We're all raised on these rescue fantasies. Someone discovers you. Someone picks you out of the crowd. Someone magically opens the door you've been waiting for. But real life doesn't work that way. Real life just waits. And if you don't move, it has no problem leaving you behind. Marcus waited for motivation to strike. He waited to feel ready. He waited for a surge of confidence. But motivation never knocked on his door. Confidence never showed up early to the party. All that arrived was another bill in the mail, another rejection email, another harsh reminder that time doesn't care about your feelings. And that morning, something inside him broke. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. The illusion he'd been holding on to finally shattered. No one was coming. And that's when the real work began. Not the highlight reel work you see online, the lonely work. The kind you do when no one is watching, with no applause. The kind where your progress feels completely invisible. The kind where the thought of quitting feels like the most reasonable option every single day. Marcus started small, painfully small. 30 minutes of focused work, one more job application, one workout, one honest look in the mirror. He stopped asking, "What do I want?" and started asking, "What am I avoiding?" Because avoidance is where our dreams go to die. He failed constantly. His messages went unanswered. His effort went unrewarded. He saw other people succeeding faster, and doubt became his constant companion. It sat beside him at night, whispering in his ear, "You're too late. You're not special. Who do you even think you are?" And sometimes he believed it. But failure taught him something that comfort never could. It stripped away all the fantasy and showed him the unfiltered truth. And once you see the truth, you can finally move forward. The reason most people fail isn't because they try and lose. They fail because they never fully commit in the first place. They wait for permission. They wait for reassurance. They wait for a sign from the universe. But clarity doesn't come before you take action. Clarity comes because of the action you take. Marcus stopped asking for guarantees. He stopped waiting to feel fearless. Because he learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. Months passed, then years. Nothing magical happened overnight. But something incredibly powerful was happening quietly under the surface. Consistency reshaped him. Discipline built him. Proof replaced his doubt. His confidence no longer came from other people's praise, it came from evidence. The evidence that he could show up even when he was tired. The evidence that he could recover from failure. The evidence that he could stand on his own 2 feet. And then one day, opportunity arrived. Not because the world suddenly changed for him, but because Marcus was finally ready for it. Opportunity doesn't reward potential. It rewards preparation. It doesn't rescue you from your struggle. It meets you after you've been forged by it. Because no one came to save him, he became someone worth saving. The phrase, "no one is coming to save you," sounds harsh, it sounds bleak until you understand what it truly gives you. It gives you ownership. It gives you freedom. It gives you power. Because if no one is coming to save you, then that also means no one is stopping you either. Not your past, not your mistakes, not your fear. The very same truth that scares you is the same truth that will set you free. One day, you'll look back at this version of yourself, the tired one, the uncertain one, the one standing at the edge of a major change. And you'll realize this was the moment. This was the moment you stopped waiting. The moment you stopped hoping for a rescue and chose responsibility over excuses. Not because it was easy, but because it was absolutely necessary. No one is coming to save you. And that's okay. You were never meant to be rescued. You were meant to rise. So get up, do the work, fail forward. If this message hit you, it's because you needed to hear it. Subscribe for more stories that don't sugarcoat the truth. Turn on notifications. The next video might just be the one that changes your entire direction. And comment below, what's one excuse you're officially done making? No one is coming to save you. But you are more than capable of saving yourself.